Turn around, you dog. Stand still. I told you all to stand still.
The video shows soldiers of the 345th Regiment of the 104th Guard Assault Division of the Russian Army. At night, in the freezing cold, 4 naked men stand in front of a crowd of military men. They film their fellow soldiers on their phones and beat them up. And this video was taken in November 2023. Russian servicemen with chevrons of PMC Wagner abused Russian soldiers. 2 men are beaten with sticks, they are shot with automatic rifles, and 5 others dig a hole twice as human height deep. These are all familiar methods of punishment in the Russian army. The executioners are most often prisoners who have been recruited in colonies and sent to the front, the Russian military said.
Our convicts have lost their minds. They realize they're all going to die. That's why they're harassing the regular guys, whoever they can. They are perverted. They've literally made a prison here. They do what they want in battalions. Their commanders are deep in the rear. A Russian soldier and artilleryman in an interview to Verstka.
One of the main reasons for the extreme violence is the lack of rotation and leave, Russian soldiers explain. Particularly in difficult areas such as Donetsk and Kherson regions, the Russian commanders are chasing mobilized and contract soldiers on a daily basis for meat assaults. Moscow does not count the losses.
It's hell. They're killing each other. Orders are stupid. Everyone understands that you can't do that, but they send them to die anyway. A Russian soldier communications officer in an interview with Verstka.
At the beginning of 2024, a mercenary from Serbia told about violence in the Russian army. According to him, Serbian mercenaries before the New Year Eve were sent on an assault with no cover and 2 magazines of ammunition. They refused to carry out the order. All their ammunition and machine guns were taken away from them, and all of them, including those with pneumonia and high fever, were thrown out of their dugouts into the street for several days. Mockery, torture and executions became common practice there. Inhuman treatment of soldiers is a distinctive feature of the Russian army.
The enemy's assaults are based on cannon fodder. Over the past 24 hours, the enemy had enough forces for 2 assaults on our positions. However, they didn't use armored vehicles. Because of their mass meat assaults, it's increasingly difficult for them to recruit personnel for such operations. Natalia Khamenyuk, head of the Joint Coordination Press Center of the Defense Forces of Southern Ukraine, on the air of Ukrainian National Telephone.
The only correct behavior for a Russian serviceman today is to surrender or desert.
In the current realities, a person who defects from the Russian army while risking to be imprisoned for 15 years is a brave man. Last January, 28 people approached us and asked for help to leave the unit. Then, this January, there were already 284 people. The number increased by more than 10 times this year.
Journalists of the Project Media have calculated that since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, more than 4,500 Russians have refused to fight against Ukraine. About 95% of them have been charged with abandoning their units, while others have been accused of desertion, disobeying orders, and simulating illnesses. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.